I'm Francis Peng, the CEO of and co-founder of INFUN. First, let me introduce myself. So I started my career as a game designer in Ubisoft. I studied there for 6 years, and then I moved to Tencent to make mobile games. And in the 2017s, I started my own startup. During which I released one game on Steam and one game on mobiles. As the blockchain become more popular, and we change our we start a new company called INFUN to make blockchain games. And our core team member is based in China and all from the Tencent. And as you can see, it's from my own experience. The game industry has been through several revolutions over the past decade, starting from trying to be console games to online games, and then shift to mobile games. As time changes, different devices and infrastructures emerge in the game industries to satisfy the need of entertainment. Here are the 3 examples of games in different platforms. A console game provides an engaging and immersive experience to players. And online games offer a player a social gaming experience like the wars. While mobile games give players a casual gaming experience on the go. Throughout the development of the game industries, we discovered that each game infrastructures provide games a unique game experience. You can see it's based on 3 different infrastructures, and it gives a very unique game experience. So what we're here trying to say is we discovered that each game infrastructures provides a unique game experience. I believe that if we want to build a game based on a new infrastructures, the core game experience must have matched the unique function of the infrastructures. Then, so how will blockchain infrastructure fit in games? When the new genre blockchains become more popularized, it catches the attention of lots of different peoples. There is businessmen, economists, and the developers. And there's lots of discussion about blockchains. And the economics say it's trust machines. And the Douglas North, the Nobel Prize winning economics, calls the blockchain a new institutional economics. Well, I think blockchain is a based infrastructure to make a financial product. Well, let's see why I claim blockchain as a financial product. First, let me do a comparison on traditional games. When we talk about game product, we cannot just talk about its gameplays. We also need to think about why people play this game on these specific infrastructures. What's their purpose and interest? For instance, some players love to play the World of Warcraft with friends because they love engaging with friends. And some people like play the Final Fantasy alone. So compared with console games, online games provide more social activities in this type of genres. Similarly, we would like to think about what would the blockchains bring to gamers. With blockchains as infrastructures, a blockchain game introduces financial activities and motivates into the game world. Therefore, a new type of financial game is born. A blockchain game allows player to, for the first time, to truly own a game asset and profit while playing. And it gives player financial incentive and allows them to experience the game at the same times. So, what are some other financial games that are widely accepted? Here is an example of the traditional financial games. I call these games. I will give you an example of why I call these games. It seems that financial game exists long before blockchains like stocks, the bond, and the future market. The foreign exchange market. They are essentially financial games. From the, because I'm a game designer, so I will look those things from the game design perspective views. So every games, when we design games, so first we will design a game loop. And what game loop include reward, goal, and challenges. So if we take those like the stock market, They also have the goals. Player will want to invest and earn money from the stocks. And the challenge for the player is have to make different decisions. Like when we play the strategy games, they also have to make different decisions. They will decide what to buy, how much to buy, and when to buy and when to sell. And the reward for the player is they will get the cash from the stock or get more monies. So, the game loops drive player to invest in a stock or a bond is nothing more than financial games. However, those financial games have high cost of understanding. People find it hard to understand stock index and analyze the stock chart. While some other people found it complicated to look into the companies or institutions behind the stock to estimate the future potential values. Plus, it's hard for some people to buy overseas shares, as some countries forbid it. The process that take to foreign countries in order to buy foreign equities can be very complex. However, blockchain-based financial games can be more easy to understand. Essentially, they are games. If users find those games appealing, they can play and invest at the same time. It will be relatively easier for users to understand the game loop and the economic models. Besides, there is no region constraint. Everyone from all over the world can play blockchain games without going through the complicated process. As blockchains offer user global payment channels and guarantee the security of game, blockchain is born for globalizations and is offer a fun way to invest. So here it is. This is what we are working on. Blockchain games and our company is developing is called INFUN. It is a strategy war game which logic is on and the gameplay runs on the blockchains. It uses blockchain as its infrastructures. It makes the structure of the traditional gameplays. Our goal is to build a transparent and trustworthy gaming environment for all users. In the INFUN, we construct a core game loop within the game. Player can invest token on piece of land to mine more tokens. Through the mining systems, 6% of total tokens are distributed to players for free. When players have more tokens, they can train soldiers in the barrack or purchase from the marketplace. Players can prepare and hold soldiers in case of war. When war breaks out, players can fight together to loot tokens from others and fight for glories. A war is a core gameplay in the INFUN. To avoid situations like the player are hesitant to fight, we set a staging tournament to offer a player incentive to participate in war and to carry on the game loop. So here's our troop systems. In INFUN, one important asset is our soldiers, which is developed based on the ERC-20 standards. There are 3 types of soldiers, including spearmen, cavalry, and archers, who counter each other in the war. Being able to design a liquid circulation of soldiers in our game is essential. Different soldiers are first trained in barrack and then traded in the in-game market. Wherever there is output, there is always consumption. To balance the production of soldiers, they are consumed in the war. So when players are preparing for war, it creates the demands and supply for soldiers. And in-game marketplace is exactly what it is needed to make free trade. Thus, it is possible that player can profit from trading soldiers. Player can trade soldiers at any times, then sell it at a high price, especially when war breaks out. That drives up the demands. Player can buy soldiers from the marketplace when the price is low, and later sell them when the price is high. This is as same what most people do when they trade other securities, like the stock market. Aside from soldiers, ITT is developed based on the ERC-20 standard tools. It is our in-game tokens. ITT is tradable in the digital exchange. There are multiple ways to earn and use tokens in the games. Player can invest token on the land to earn more tokens through the mining systems. The more they invest, the higher the returns, but the token invest on the land and the risk of being robbed during war. So the question here is how much to invest. Since winning a war allows player to loot token from other land, if so, how many soldiers will you station to defend your land or loot 3 years? This is always been the main question in any financial game. That is, how are you willing to risk? Well, we can see videos about our games. Can you click?
If you were in the medieval age, do you want to be a noble lord or an intrepid? If you were in the medieval age, do you want to be a noble lord or an intrepid tribal leader? Imperial Throne, an innovative strategic war game based on the blockchain technology, takes you back to the bloody war. Come and bid for land, become a lord of an empire. Mine tokens and collect rental incomes. You can stock up your stack. Use those profits to build your own army, train your soldiers in the camp, or recruit soldiers from the marketplace. When the time is ready, get ahead of your enemy and seize the initiative by declaring war. Invite other lords and tribal leaders to join your guide. Utilize the suppressing relationship with 3 types of soldiers to improve your odds of winning. Rapidly accumulate wealth as you win. One day, another lord might proclaim war against you. You may suffer losses from a defeat. To rally and regain your strength, you can heal and retreat your soldiers. Is it too much pressure to manage a territory? Play and have fun as a tribal leader. Rent a piece of fertile land to mine tokens and station troops. When war outbreaks, you are the one both lords want to win over. Choose the party worth fighting for. Endeavor to maximize your profit. When you are strong enough to be a lord, go and bid land as you wish. No matter what you choose, and no matter how glorious and splendorous your achievements are, everything will be permanently recorded in the history. Through blockchain technology, there is no bound and no limit. Now, what is your choice?
And we bring the test version of these games to this event. If you only want to try, you can ask Shirley sit here, so they can show you how to play these games. Okay. Nowadays, the trend of blockchains to have a various gameplay to satisfy the need for future development. We will introduce more gameplay like dungeon and mini games in the Empire Theorems. Besides, we may release a small smart tokens of our tokens and a few mini games that share the same IP and asset first. Since Empire Theorem has a token distribution system inside, those minigames can work as a token recycling and consumption systems. Three-way minigame help to support token circulations and help to build a better gaming ecological circles.
Francis, am I wrong to explain? Minigame is for WeChat, right? Is that the mini?
No.
Is it different?
It's different. The mini games, I say mini game because this is more bigger, it's more complex. So we will design some smaller games, but also use our tokens and share the same IPs and on the Ethereum. Currently, the Empire Theorem runs on Ethereums. We're open to working with other public chains as well, like Tron or Ludos. We are willing to discover the age of the blockchains. And thank you for listening. If you want to know more, please you can follow the Twitters or go to the Telegrams. Thank you.
Good. So does anyone have any questions for Francis about Imperial Throne? Sorry, I may have missed it because I was out. What state is it at? Is it live yet? Can we play it now, or are you?
We have test versions.
Test.
Yeah, test versions.
Okay.
Have you put on the test net or something?
No, not yet. It's on test network. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
already on test.
It's already on the test network.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Do you have a release date idea when it's going to be released?
For now, no.
No.
We will release the mini game first to support the tokens. Yeah.
Yep.